Hey there ladies and gents, and welcome to today's video, running you through all the new content we received in Update 200. This is one of the largest single updates we've seen in many years for Payday 2, so as you can imagine there's a lot to cover, and many additions some of you may not be fully aware of. A quick disclaimer, this is PC content only. Sorry console players, I wish I had better news for you, but especially as this update contains the conclusion to the Silk Road side story, it's not a massive surprise it's released exclusively on Steam. For everyone else, this video is divided into sections, covering the new expansions separately, so skip to these timestamps if you want to see something in particular. As has been the formula for most updates since the game went back into development, the update is made up of several freely accessible elements, alongside a set of DLCs which can be bought in one large bundle. I'll start by covering the free content, specifically Infamy 3.0, as I'm well aware it's one of the most exciting parts for many players, so let's get into it. Infamy 3.0 is the much anticipated free-for-all update which is expanding the Infamy leveling system with a total of 475 new levels. These new levels mean new rewards and new reasons to get playing the game. The patch has also made multiple adjustments to the Infamies prior to 25, and there have been changes to what is indisputably the best, if cheapest way to level up. Let's start with what's different for you guys still going through those first 25. Now, instead of Infamy being a tree from which you can pick your Infamy rewards, it's a more linear unlock system. This does mean slightly less freedom of choice, but it also simplifies the system in a way that was probably necessary with the added 475 levels. Another important detail for those of you at the lower end of the Infamous path is that as soon as you hit Infamy 1, you will receive the skill tree tier cost reduction, meaning you can put together pretty much any build you want after hitting Infamy 1 level 100. This is great news for those of you out there who aren't into the idea of grinding up those levels, but do want to try out all possible builds. There have also been some minor changes with what happens when you go Infamous. From Update 200, only your first skill tree is actually reset to 0, and you'll keep the other 14. However, you can't touch or even inspect those 14 until you hit max level again, unless you want to wipe them. I like the idea behind this, but if there was a way to integrate the skill sets with your profiles permanently, I'd appreciate that hugely. Now onto what's new for those of you who, like me, have been sitting at 25-100 for some time now. Firstly, there are no new passive bonuses for going Infamous. This means the 205% Infamy bonus experience is as good as it ever gets, which, to be honest, is plenty, so I'm not surprised. Second, there is a new reward every single Infamy, which I think is pretty ambitious, but because of that, don't expect 475 new rewards in-game already. They're going from bottom up and adding new rewards when necessary. So for now, you'll only unlock new things between Infamy's 26 and 65. Thirdly, there are no new Infamous masks. All the new rewards are different forms of cosmetic, including the new Stinger unlocks. These are sound bites that play when you join a lobby to indicate just how infamous you truly are, and I think they're a decent addition.
Wakey, wakey, little baby!
There are also 14 new weapon colours, some of which are amazing, so look out for those, 4 new gloves, 1 new outfit, and 16 of those stingers I mentioned. I like the rewards so far, but understand people are a little disappointed we're not being rewarded for the massive grind just yet. Remember, Overkill don't want to promote people rushing straight to Infamy 500, and have made some important changes to make that harder. But I do wonder if they're underestimating how quickly people will be able to level, seeing as they're already getting over 200% additional experience. In any case, don't worry if you do get to a higher Infamy than we're being rewarded for currently, as you'll unlock those rewards retroactively. Just quickly on the system changes I mentioned related to Infamy, it's unsurprisingly Crime Spree that's being altered the most. Previously, it was very easy to leverage this system to boost Infamies in a matter of minutes, so this was quite a necessary fix. Now you can't bring a Crime Spree through going Infamous, which means you can't have a 400 plus spree saved up to immediately hit level 100 again. What's more, you actually don't receive a catch-up bonus without being level 100 now. So there really is no way to boost levels in Crime Spree. Your best bet is just playing legitimately from a spree of 0 if that's how you want to level. I like these changes for the most part, but it was pointed out to me that they do force high level players who run million plus crime sprees to reset them if they want that infamous experience, sort of locking them out of challenge runs. I think this will give rise to more cheating overall, and seems an unfair punishment for a very dedicated subset of our community. As a fix, I'd say change it so your crime-free rewards become voided upon infamy. That way they can't be used to boost or rise the ranks quickly, but can still be played, meaning these guys up there in the millions get to preserve their achievements and still enjoy playing those high CS heists. Also from the free portion of the update, there are two really nice cosmetics for you to enjoy, Buluc's suit and mask. The mask, the Undead Peacock, is unlocked via achievement on the new heist and is pretty spectacular. This would be a prime candidate on the old Mask of the Day series. The suit, named the Impresiaro, is also pretty sweet. I'm always impressed that the free cosmetics tend to be just as good, if not sometimes better than the paid stuff. Take the Prime for instance, and this new outfit is in that category. Also in the changelog, there was a plethora of bug fixes listed, the majority focusing on the many issues of San Martin Bank, which is good news as it's a fun heist. One key change that I did see coming and is worth mentioning is Overkill have removed the counterfeit stealth bug, which means counterfeit cannot be stealthed due to the broken responder AI. I saw a lot of people wondering why I didn't mention this in my experience guide, but counterfeit was never intended to be stealthable, and the way it could be used to virtually idle for levels was verging on the exploit territory. I personally am happy to see it gone, and now know that we can join DSOD counterfeit heists without having to worry about a copless experience. So, good stuff Overkill. Next up, onto the DLC content. The new heist, Buluc's Mansion, is the conclusion to the Silk Road narrative, and series of heists taking us all over Mexico. In my opinion, this heist is by far the strongest in the series of DLCs, taking us to Buluc's Island Mansion to take out the Kingpin and his Coyopa cartel for Vlad. Visually, for a Payday heist, its setting is quite stunning, and it's not generic at all, despite its thematic similarities to the Scarface Mansion heist. In Loud, there are a variety of objectives depending on which entrance to Buluc's inner sanctum you find first, some being more involved, such as finding the ingredients for a makeshift fertilizer bomb, and others being slightly more generic, like a 3-stage hack. No matter which route you go down though, it's going to be a messy, fast-paced shootout with many interior cop spawn locations and tight corridors. This means that shotguns, explosives, and snipers, with greys, will dominate. The second section of the heist involves solving a puzzle on the Mayan lock which protects Buluc, which is by far my favourite objective, seeing you searching for clues around the library and deciphering some ancient Mayan symbols to secure entrance. Once you're in, it's great to see Buluc's not just a bullet-sponge enemy, as was the case with the Commissar and Ernesto Souza. Keep in mind there's other more ironic ways to deal with him, rather than just a hail of bullets. After that, the two escapes on the heist are also quite varied, though I do think the chopper escape is a fair bit easier and well worth those 6 favours, as dealing with the SWAT turret on the other end is fairly difficult. Stealth-wise, this is a very tough heist. The lack of snipers, good cover, and enemy pooling makes it one of the simpler DSOD Loud heists, but these tight spaces have the exact opposite effect on stealth. For once, Loud would be my recommended completion method on the hardest difficulty. This map is so highly populated that it has shades of the Breaking Feds experience. However, if you do some digging, you may find there are other interesting ways to get the heist done when sneaking it. Also, there's nothing wrong with stealth being a challenge. It's been a good while since we had one as difficult as this, so stealth lovers, sink your teeth in. Plus, you get a myriad of unique dialogue as your reward for attempting this, from the hilarious as ever Vlad Kozak. Finally, there are a couple of interesting and unique achievements to find, which I'm not going to spoil for you completely, but if you're looking for the churro, keep your head in the rafters. Overall, Buluc's Mansion is a great experience, and other than a few frame drops from time to time, there's little for me to complain about. Remember, you can always play it for free on CrimeNet Online first, if you just find someone else hosting it, and with its interesting and challenging objectives, brilliant visuals as well as solid side story elements, it's well worth hopping in and trying out. Personally, it has made me much more excited for whatever campaign we get next in 2021. The second largest DLC is the Gunslinger Weapon Pack, coming with 4 new equipable weapons, each with exclusive attachments. It follows the trend set in the Fugitive Pack of offering weapons from 3 different categories under one theme, meaning no matter your favoured playstyle, there's probably something here for you. Immediately though, I want to make it clear that these new guns have style. If you like the cowboy feel and aesthetic, it's a must buy. I'm also a huge fan of the fact that Overkill have tried to make these guns stand out stat-wise, instead of the sometimes reskin feel we had last time around. From best to worst, at least in my opinion, we have the Rheinfeld 88 shotgun, the Bernetti range hitter sniper rifle, and the Frenchman Model 87 revolver, which comes with the option for akimbo. Up first, the Rheinfeld 88, yes that is one less zero than the Rheinfeld we have in-game already. It's another pump action shotgun with a great feel to it, especially if you're a fan of the trench gun style. The weapon though is everything its progenitor wishes it could be, coming with a very unique damage stat for a primary shotgun, which means the 88 can hit a pivotal breakpoint. On DSOD, it can one-shot heavy SWATs with just overkill active, meaning no crit or berserker required, huge for build filling potential. It can however just as easily hit decent concealment levels and be dropped into low blow type setups if you want those big multipliers. A very fun and versatile shotgun. Next up, my favourite weapon in the pack is the Bernetti range hitter, a repeater which falls into the sniper rifle category. This comes down to my love of the sniper class and the fact that this weapon handles amazingly. On feel alone, it's up there with my favourite weapons in the game. However, like the Rheinfeld, it has been placed in a unique damage category, which I'd sort of deem a no man's land. Not high enough for skillless one-shot headshot kills on DSOD, but not exactly low enough to play it like an assault rifle. I strongly recommend running Berserker with it to hit those important breakpoints, and with its damage point you can actually run Frenzy with Berserker and get the most out of that skill. With low blow and unseen strike crits and a decent Zerk, finally you'll find yourself mowing down waves of cops with this weapon. What the range hitter lacks in versatility, it makes up for with its handling, so I strongly recommend giving it a go. Finally, we have the Frenchman Model 87, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing terrible about this revolver, it's oozing style, but its placement here should be testament really to how good this weapon pack is overall. The weapon's only real issue is just how similar it is to the Castigo and Bronco revolvers, but carrying lower damage. You should know though, with creative builds and damage breakpoints, more damage isn't necessarily just better, and I found the Model 87s pack quite the sufficient punch, especially as akimbo primaries. Definitely a fun weapon to play around with, even if it isn't high meta. Overall, I'm a huge fan of the weapon pack and would recommend picking it up exclusively if you have a spare few dollars in your Steam wallet, but can't afford the bundle. Definitely your best value for money option on offer. As ever with Silk Road updates, we also get some new threads to improve our Heister style. Tailor Pack 3 is structured a little differently though. Instead of 4 outfits, we get just the 2, the Long Gentleman and the Duelist. However, we also get 8 new unique glove options with 4 variants, meaning 12 total for the pack. I like the outfits, and remember they come with 4 different styles each, but would have liked to see 4 separate designs as we've been accustomed to. The gloves are a nice touch, and they are some of the few cosmetics you actually get to enjoy whilst heisting, but with us being able to preview the Infamy reward ones, rest assured there are some amazing glove options on their way if you're ready to grind for them. Definitely more of a support overkill DLC pickup, unless something really stands out as a must-wear cosmetic. Finally, for this 4-part DLC, we have the Weapon Color Pack, which, just like the Tailor Packs, were a new addition with the Silk Road, and in many ways at this point I feel like they've left the in-game skins defunct. The amount of additional customization these colours grant you is brilliant, and yet again I think this is a very solid pack. Color Pack 3 brings with it 20 new colours, most of which have a shiny metallic feel and gradient colour. My personal favourites include the Red Mesh, Red Web and Skull Raster, but there are plenty of great neons to pick from if you're after a Hotline Miami type look. What I would say with regards to this pack though, is that the new Infamy colours are incredible, so if you're going to be rushing through Infamies anyway, I wouldn't worry too much about picking up this DLC until it's on sale, or unless you plan to buy bundles, as there are many other great weapon colours out there to tide you over in the meantime. If you are looking to pick up the DLCs, they are linked below, priced at £5.19 for the Heist and £2.09 for everything else, or £7.23 for the entire bundle. Overall, I do think that the DLC content outshines the free stuff for the most part, although do keep in mind you can always play new heists whether you buy them or not, and the Infamy rewards are only going to get better and better as time goes on. I personally am going to be going for Infamy 500, and I'm seriously looking forward to doing it mostly on stream. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the content discussed in this video, as well as opinions on how you'd like to see the Infamy system progress moving forward. Let me know if you're planning to aim for 500 too, or if you're going to wait it out and see what the rewards entail. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed this video and it was informative in one way or another. Stay tuned on the channel, there's more to come, and keep an eye on my Twitch channel for future streams. Thanks a lot guys, I'll see you all soon. As ever, thank you very much to my mean Infamy patrons and above. If you want to join that infamous club to see yourself in the credits or get early exclusive access to my videos, including the story videos, check out my Patreon link below. Remember, the Discord is open to all if you crave some more Payday discussion. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one.